you received a Gandhian Peace Award in India. I was hoping you could tell us about that, and what was your trip like? What's your reaction to your visit to India?
Yes. Through the years, Gandhi has been a key mentor for me. There are several, people that are visionaries and they live what they talk. And Gandhi, I'm constantly quoting Gandhi and his values. And in it, through the years, and nonviolence is a key component of that. And so two friends who are Indian, citizens of India, put my name in nomination for this Jamnalal Bajaj Award. It started in about '88. They had 3 national awardees that are Indian, and then 1 international award for fostering Gandhian values outside India. And so they put my name in nomination, and this year, 2009, I was given the award, the honor, the international award. So it is a big thing, and they pay the way for myself and another companion. So a member of the Michigan Peace Team went over with me, Karen Donahue, and we were there for the award. And then Bob Alexander and Julie, his wife, were also present at the award. And we talked to many Gandhian groups and individuals. So I was there 3 weeks, and my friends set up an itinerary. It was marvelous. Hearing the struggle of people for working on social change, primarily Gandhians in their philosophy, and letting them know what we do, what Michigan Peace Team is about, and what we have to offer. So it was a good exchange over a 3-week period of time.
So was that the nature of the award, of living Gandhian principles, or what was
Fostering Gandhian values outside India, quote unquote, was the international award description.
Okay.
And with it went a statue, a big bronze statue, and a citation, laminated citation, and a financial award.
Mm-hmm. And how long were you in India then?
In the country 3 weeks.
So then you went and visited what, various villages?
Set up, yes, villages, Gandhian leaders, organizations in the capital Delhi, in Wardha, a place where Gandhi and Vinoba Bhave had set up ashrams, and West Bengal, visiting 5 different villages that are struggling for taking back their human rights and empowerment, and the city of Calcutta, and Mumbai, the capital. So it was an intense and wonderful trip.
If you were the eyes and ears of people in our community here in Lansing, Michigan, I mean, what would you tell us? What struck you the most when you were touring India? What impressions did you have and that you would want to share with us?
Oh, well, the country itself, there is a growing middle class and wealthy class. There's a booming dimension to the economy, and 42% of the people live in poverty, and dire poverty all around. So this real contradiction exists, and they are caught in the globalization of the economy, and so both of these opposites are true, and Gandhian values still exist, but it still is a subculture, just like in the United States. Peace movement is a subculture trying to influence the major culture and transform it. The same thing in India. Gandhi lives in the movements for social change and transformation, and it was great being with them.
Is there anything specific that Americans can learn from the things you saw in India, or what's being practiced in India? Or, I mean, what can we take away from that?
Well, what I take away, and therefore want to be sharing, is what I'm talking about today in this film. How we have to change our whole society, and how we view reality, and how we structure our society. Mm-hmm. And that has to be changed, and I will get into that.
And what has been the impact in Mumbai from the attacks that happened there? What did you hear? What did you learn about that?
I was there at the time of the first anniversary of the major bombing in Mumbai. It was a year ago, and people were very aware of that, like naturally we are when something terrible happens on the anniversary. People are very aware, and how that religious terrorism, fundamentalistic, meaning extremists in the major religions there are doing those kinds of acts against each other. They are extremists. They, just like here, when we have extremists kill people here, that isn't what the majority of Americans do. People can get the impression, oh my gosh, all those Muslims or all those Hindus, they're violent and they're all extremists, which of course is way off the reality of things.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are trying to survive and feed their kids and are trying to live decent human lives and are caught up in the violence of the culture, yes. But those extremist acts are very few people who do that, but it certainly rocks and shatters a nation.
Was there anything surprising that you found in India? What would be the biggest surprise you found?
How many people there are and how congested and amazing how the traffic even moves. It's kind of a dance. It's not like traffic here,
Mm-hmm.
where you stay on your side of the lane all the time, but it's an amazing merging of cars and carts and bicycles and motorcycles, and it's amazing how the traffic is so congested and flows in the urban areas, and all the urban areas. It's quite a population, 1.1 billion people. America is 305 million, so that's a big difference, practically 4 to 1 in size, population-wise.
Most of us here can't relate to that, probably.
Yeah. It's really something. The congestion, and they live with it and they move with it. Yeah. And a number of people living on the streets, so on. Keep it out of sight as much as those who have the power and are part of the real decision making in the culture. It's easy to become immune to what's going on. Sense of that, just as here, people can just not be aware of poor people.
Mm-hmm.
Out of sight, out of mind. We can drive on our freeways through inner cities of our cities that are really horrible in terms of the poverty of people, and not have to really look at it. Well, there it's predominant that way in India.
Mm-hmm.